got fluid, and the fluid's actually pretty good so far.
The automotive program here typically takes about 2 years if a student does it consistently from beginning to end. So it's basically centered around the ASE exams, which are on a system of A1 through A8, and each class is based on preparing them for that ASE exam.
So here we learn everything from like basic maintenance to how to basically take apart and put together transmissions, piece by piece. We are learning how to do the car electronics. That's basically like if you have a blown fuse, to shorted wires, to how to determine, if your alternator's bad. We have some really good teachers here, especially Mr. Palmer. He's an amazing teacher, and he's actually really helping us really get it through.
So our electrical program specifically has really ramped up. I think we've made almost a $500,000 investment in the past year and a half, starting to focus on hybrid technologies, as well as many of those systems that are engines and transmission. Really almost everything on the car now is getting into much more sophisticated electronics, computers, networking, these types of things.
My passion for cars really stems from passion for like fixing things. I learned early on that I was really good with my hands, and I really liked the satisfaction of fixing things. I liked seeing things, go from, broken and just, in a scrap pile to like working again. So then we started up, we turned everything on, and then we tested then. And I found out that, there's a Ray Brock Scholarship, and it was exactly what I needed because books are just expensive.
Well, the way we've set it up, we've funded it so that we hope that it'll earn $20,000 to $25,000 a year so that we can give away that kind of money each year in the way of scholarships. So the plan is that on first semester students in the Auto Tech program, we'll award a $500 grant at the beginning of the first semester that they can use for buying clothing or uniforms or books or whatever. The last semester, then there'll be scholarships available in the amount of $1,250 each to be used for tools. When I started out, we're talking 1950, cars were much simpler than they are now. You could look under the hood and actually see the engine. And if a generator failed, you could see the generator. Today's cars are much more complicated, a lot more electronic. It requires a whole different set of skills than it did in those days. This is a repair shop I had for some 40 years. Then I retired out of that in 1998 and moved into this little building and I had an engine shop, just a small machine shop, building race engines.
I thought like the scholarship was just named after someone like commemorative, like who was really influential, but he was actual person. I was like, oh, this is really cool. It's like almost like meeting like a legend, in kind of the automotive industry, just locally. I thought it was really, really cool and really insightful, and it kind of gave me a goal, like something to go after in my own automotive career.
I was doing a lot of engines for the McMillan family, McCorkey and that bunch. And so the engines became more and more powerful as the years went by, 500, 600, 700 horsepower. Well, finally the transmissions just couldn't handle it. We developed this transaxle and equipped it to handle as much as 850 horsepower, so we could hope to put one in a race car and make it follow, finish a race and not have it fail in the middle. And we've sold lots of them, 50-some of them actually.
I managed to get a job at the place where I'm working at now, Bonita Point Auto Care, and I'm learning so much. The guys there are like super smart and they know exactly what they're doing every single time.
And in my experience of teaching students now for over 20 years, it's the students that are involved in the industry while they're in class that really make a great connection, because while they're learning it, they're practicing it, and so it really ends up serving itself well. I'm just really excited about the program here at Southwestern, bringing in manufacturer support, bringing in new equipment, and kind of where we're going and the opportunities for these students is going to be worthwhile.
Am I nuts? Oh yeah.